as I was getting ready in my bedroom, I got a dirty phone call from the guy saying that he was sat outside watching me get ready, and he was making comments about my underwear and things like that. In July 2007, and I just finished work. I was working at an optician's at the time, and I'd parked my car out the back of the optician's. I'd finished work, and I was just getting into my car. I just got into my car, and he approached me. I'd never seen him before. He was a total stranger, and he asked me to go out with him. I was quite surprised, and I just said no, I wasn't interested. And he said, please give me a chance. And I again refused and said, no, I'm not interested. I was in a hurry to get back home to the kids, cook dinner, and he became really insistent that I dated him. And then he said to me, please give me a chance, I know everything about you. I was terrified. It went from just a guy off the street asking me to go out on a date with him to actually this was something more sinister. So I just wanted to get home to my kids. And then he handed me a red rose and said, please, would you give me a chance? And then he gave me a little card, and a little card you get with flowers, which said, I knew you would say no, but please just give me a chance to go out with you. The day before, I was getting ready for a works party. It was the 50th anniversary. And we were having a big barbecue with the work. And as I was getting ready in my bedroom, I got a dirty phone call from the guy saying that he was sat outside watching me get ready, and he was making comments about my underwear and things like that. And I had like net curtains up at the time, so I couldn't understand. So I went out and I could see, I saw a white van there. So I put the phone down, and he kept ringing me back. I think I had about 40 calls in, I think it was about an hour. Every time I put the phone down and cancelled it, he would ring back.
So you used to park out there then, Lorraine?
Yeah, you see where that the yellow car's parked there? He used to often park his car there and just sit and watch. Sometimes he'd park his car just on the side here, and he would just sit in his car.
How long for?
Several hours at a time, just sit there. Sometimes there were the last times where the yellow car's parked, he got out and just would look, get out the car and look towards.
So he wanted you to know that he was there?
So I went to the police and reported it. They took the rose for forensics and the little card, but because I had no name, in my mind he looked Turkish, so I just said to the police he was in that, I said he's in his early 20s, he's Turkish, about 5'10". That's all I could describe. So they had no idea to his identity. So they then told me to keep a record of everything that would happen from that time forward. Monday the 11th of June, man with rose and card. Kept asking me to go out with him outside work. 20th of June, Wednesday 20th of June, flat tyre. Then it was my car tyres kept being let down. I would take it to the garage, the Citroen garage. The guys there were really good. I'd get them to check the tyres. They said there's nothing wrong with them, there's no slow puncture. So we'd pump them back up, and then a few days later the tyres would be going down again. He would often stop me. It was often when I was alone, not many people about, he would stop me and ask me to go out with him and pester me. And then in 2009 I joined Facebook, and then he started sending me inappropriate messages and Facebook requests. I started to, if I was getting in my car at night, I'd be terrified that he'd be in the back seat waiting for me. So I would always get a torch or something just to check the car when I got into the car at night. I stopped socialising. I became I'm normally quite a sociable person, but I stopped going out with my friends. I think I described it somewhere, you feel locked in a world of silence because nobody really understands the fear that you're in. And you sometimes think that, I thought at one point I was going mad because I was always checking, and half the time he wasn't there, but then it turned out a lot of the time he was there and I wasn't aware of it. The kids lost their mum because I was normally quite outgoing, confident, sociable, happy. And I stopped laughing, and I became depressed, suicidal at times. I got diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder January last year. And with that, you just feel exhausted. I was exhausted all the time because you're hypervigilant all the time. You're not sure when he's going to turn up. And I really believed he was a dangerous man. It wasn't the fact he was sort of obsessed with me. I really believed at one point he was going to harm me. So last year I gave the children all my passwords to my computer and to my phone in case anything happened to me. And I got all my paperwork in order. I hate him. I hate what he's done to me, and I hate what he's done to my kids. Because we don't deserve that. I think it was the day afterwards, or a couple of days afterwards, he started to follow my daughter. She was on her way to work. I got a phone call from her. She was absolutely terrified. She was saying, Mum, because I gave the registration number of his car to all the kids and say, if he follows you, you have to report it straight away to the police. She rang me up and she says, Mum, what's the registration number of that guy's car? And I told her, and she went, oh my goodness me, he's following me. I thought it was him. So she was in a terrible state. So I just said to her, don't stop, keep driving, get to work, I'm ringing the police now. So I called the police. They said he hadn't committed a crime. It was probably an accident, that he just happened to be on the road at the same time as her. Came home, opened up the Prosecco, started celebrating. At last now he's gone to prison, or he'll be going to prison. It was referred to his Hove Crown Court for sentencing. Then I got a phone call from the police saying, we're really sorry, but at the last minute he's withdrawn it. His barrister had realised, looked at all the evidence, and I think he'd realised actually he isn't going to get off with this one. So he pleaded guilty to stalking with fear. He'd only been in prison a few months, and I got an email from the victim liaison officer to say they'd already got a release date, August 2019. He may be angry with me now because I sent him to prison. I'm really terrified he'll kill me. I don't see the world as safe anymore. Feels unsafe. But I think in some ways it may have made me a stronger person because I had to fight back. If I didn't fight back, I'd have gone under.